What's good, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over the top 18, I think it is, decks from the latest 3v3 Edison format tournament. I streamed the entire thing on this channel on this last Saturday, so if you haven't gotten a chance to check out the VOD for that, you definitely should, because there were some epic matches that we caught on stream. We were speculating whether they're going to do top 12, top 24, top 8. No, wait, there's no way they could do top 8, but yeah. They ended up splitting the difference, going with top 18, which is actually quite a few decks to go through for a tournament with 117 entrants, but we're going to be looking over every deck pretty quickly. So yeah, let's jump on into it. Okay, so starting with the first place deck list, we've got Spiral on Bayou Turbo. It's a pretty standard Bayou Turbo list. I like that he's not on, or I like that he's on Necrogardna. I think that card is very good in here. He's playing the Sork with only 3 Raikou, which I think to be a little bit questionable, but people do it. So it's not terrible or anything. Like, it's pretty easy to get Sork live still, but I don't know. I think it's kind of borderline. 1 main deck oppression. Probably reasonable. Return. I think people need to play this card. This card's pretty good. But yeah, it's pretty standard list. I can't spend a whole bunch of time on every deck because we've got so many to go through here. So yeah, Bayou Turbo, congratulations to Spiral. So Jimmy on Hero Beat was another one of his teammates. I think notably the Hero Beat decks that did best in this tournament were not on the cringe-inducing Diva with 2 Gilman nonsense. This is just like a standard list using Oceans and Snowman Haters as the water targets. It's got a main deck Granmole, which I really like, main deck Cyber Dragon, which I really like, with the Honest and stuff, and just a bunch of standard Hero Beat stuff, the Triple E Colorado, Miracle Fusion, Gem Sparks, a bunch of defense, you know the drill. So yeah, pretty clean Hero Beat list. Congratulations to Jimmy. And then here we've got Burndig on Machina. Cool to see Machina do well again. I think it's pretty similar to standard sort of lists people have been playing, but with a few notable differences. I think Caius being the big one. I don't believe that other versions of the deck have been playing Caius all that much. Every now and then you'll see a version playing Caius, but I don't think those are the builds that actually did well. So neat to see Burndig playing Caius. I forget if the other builds were playing Cyber Dragon, which it makes sense if they weren't, and Burndig is, because that card helps enable Caius as well. But yeah, also Triple Force, just like full in on the reborning the fortress strategy, which I think is pretty solid. And Triple Book of Moon to go with the Hamster Raikou stuff, a Scrap Recycler. I'm not sure how I feel about the random one-off Scrap Recycler, to be honest, because like you already have Triple Avarice in here, so I don't know. And yeah, just standard defense and staples. So yeah, those are the top, the first place deck lists. Alright, on to the second place deck list, starting off with Blackwing. I believe this was the only Blackwing deck in Top Cut anywhere. It was piloted by Trig, and yeah, it's pretty standard. It's pure Blackwing, so just 1 Vayu with 3 of all the other guys, 1 Gale, Dad, and then just a ton of defense. It looks... Is this just Hydra's list, actually? It looks like almost card for card the same as Hydro Pump's first place list from Peak of the Beak 2, I think it was. Or at least the main deck looks that way. I don't know if the side's the same. The side's definitely different because he was on like Prohibition. But yeah, really clean, really sort of standard Blackwing list. Not a lot to say about it. Very strong, so good job. Here we got Christia Sworn, piloted by Xiaolin. There was a lot of Christia Sworn in this event, if I'm remembering correctly. And you know what? This might just be card for card Mumix's list. Or at least it looks really, really close. No main deck Heavy Storm. The same 3 traps, the Triple Hamster, Triple Raikou, Triple Soul, Shire. Yeah, I think it's like exactly the same. Very good list. I don't agree with not maining heavy, but other than that, I think it's pretty much as good as that's going to get. So yeah, Christia Sworn. There's a lot of Christia Sworn, so I think we're gonna see at least 1 more of these in Top Cut. And then finally we have this Diva Zombie by Freya. This list was on, it looks like one of Beast Mode's older lists, maybe. It's on like the, well, I think he's still on Gale, but he definitely cut Ill Blood. But this one's still on Ill Blood. 1 tomato with 3 turtle, rather than the 2 and 2, which is Honestly, 2 and 2 might be better, especially if you're going to main Sangan. So I don't know about that, but it probably doesn't matter too much. I think main deck Dust Tornado is very good in zombies. Yeah, I mean, zombies are just a strong deck, and they're always going to be a strong deck. So, yep, good job to Freya, and congratulations to all these players for making second place. We arrive at the third place team, which is my favorite team, honestly. I forget all the team names, but this was a True Hero and Fraser's team. Big shout out to True Hero and to the I'm Nerd podcast. They both do great Edison content. We're starting off here with the True Heroes list. A True Hero, of course, plays Diva Hero and Diva Hero exclusively, which is great because that deck is extremely cool, extremely based, and a True Hero is a great pilot. He's on this list here with a couple interesting choices. Double Gold Sark main. I think this card's actually pretty good with targets like Dad and there's just like a couple like reasonably good, even if there's nothing as crazy as like Few and Dragons. There's still some like crazy stuff you can get that wins the game in here, and this is a deck that just like explodes and randomly wins the game. So yeah, he's on Greffer with one Wing Blast rather than multiple discard traps. Double Prodigy is pretty standard. Triple Kai is pretty standard. One main deck Econ, that's an interesting tech choice. It's also on one main deck Deck Dev, which is kind of wacky. I think it's probably better in the current meta than it's been in a while because you're unlikely to run into Blackwings comparatively to before, but they're still around, and yeah, this card could probably be a liability in that matchup. One Bottomless. I really like one Bottomless as a ratio. I think it's a card that's like good sometimes, but not all the time, as cursed as it is to say. But yeah, pretty cool list with a lot of interesting tech choices by True Hero. Next up, we've got okay, is this Fraser's list? I think it is. Let me check. Is this okay? That one's Stango, so this is Fraser. Are they on the same list? Wait, I never checked. Were they on like the exact same card for card list? I think they are. It looks like they are. So let's just talk about it. It makes sense since they're teammates basically that they would show up with exact same list. So the Monarchs are Triple Caius, Double Rhizo, with the other tribute monster being Malicious Edge. Then you've got Gores, Battle Fader, Standard Frog lineup. Yeah, nothing unusual. The same 10 frogs everyone plays. Just one Prodigy with Stratos Ocean. I think the hero lineup's very clean in here. One main deck Solex and triple T-Roar. I think triple T-Roar is quite good in this deck. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a frog expert, but I think this frog deck looks pretty good to me. And Stangos is just the same, right? Like, they're just the same. Let me double check. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I think they go over their deck lists and probably their gameplay on their YouTube channels, so check out the I'm Nerd podcast and True Hero on YouTube. Fourth placed lists here, starting off with Frog Monarch by Kev. Looking at this list, it's not like bad or anything, but I probably prefer Fraser's take on the deck. I hate Nobleman Extermination. I think T-Roar is probably better than playing Treacherous, honestly. It's not terrible to go the Treacherous route, though, so maybe I shouldn't be too hard on that. Should probably be on E-Call in here as well. Triple Malicious Edge seems like a lot. Lad is just not a main deck card in this format, I don't think. Dark Dust potentially could be an okay main deck card. Maybe as like a one-off, it's probably fine. But if you're going to do that, I think you should maybe go like Double Rhizo. There just seems like too many tribute monsters in here. I do like that they're on Trag, though. That's pretty nice. It's not a terrible list, of course. You can always pretty much do well with a standard sort of frog deck. So, and they definitely did well, or at least they probably did well. I guess anyone could conceivably have been carried by their team, but unlikely to happen by the time you reach these later rounds. As a side note, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we saw a lot of hero decks, and all the frogs have been hero frogs so far. We saw Diva Hero. There's a couple hero beat decks too, I think, and there might be another Diva Hero deck. I don't remember, but just like a lot of Stratos going on at this event. I remember seeing and commenting about that on stream, so that was neat. Another Diva Zombie list. This is much more the Silchus route. It looks like they're on the hero stuff, which I think is very good. Definitely gives the deck just more like explosiveness and even more power. Again, 41 cards. Is this just team 41 cards? Is that the gimmick? Is that what's going on? You're gonna upset me here, but they're on triple Kai. Like, couldn't you just go double Kais and play 40? Damn you. anyway, I'm kidding. Yeah, very, very strong list. Zombies, of course, powerful deck. Cool, nice job. Who's next? We got another Christius Horn, which I mentioned there was going to be another one, and there is. I think it's the same list. Is this the same list? I don't know. It looks like pretty much the same list to me. So everyone's just net decking Mumix apparently, and yeah, it makes sense. It's a good list. Fifth place team, which was the Italians, Luigi, Guari, and Ludo. They had a pretty decent run. So we're going to begin over the decks here. First with Luigi's Value Turbo. Not tremendously different from the other Value Turbo list we saw. I guess there's Triple Dust, which I think was pioneered by Lord Voldemort. Not on the Spirit Reaper though, so clearly not just like a net deck or anything. But I think both lists were on Triple Sirocco, which is interesting. I wonder why. I guess it's like good going second into the mirror against Blackwings. It's good for deck dev too. It's not like terrible or anything. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like you're building to just brick a little more often though. But double hamster instead of charge. I think you gotta play charge instead of the other hamster. I mean, it's a mill deck, for God's sake. I guess triple Sirocco does make your mills better, which is nice. But I mean, it's other than that, it's pretty standard. So yeah, another hero deck. I did say there's gonna be another Diva hero, right? Yeah, okay. So this one's by Ludo. It's on the double Snowman Eater. I don't think a true hero plays that card. I think Snowman's a little bit questionable in the main. Well, it's not terrible, especially if you're only going to go like one or two. It's probably fine. But he's on the triple Wing Blast, unlike a true hero. I'm a fan of Wing Blasts, so that's cool. One Solex. That's a weird card to me, because I feel like Diva Hero is super aggressive and just wants to kill the opponent as fast as possible. And Solex strikes me as like some weird, like slow control type of card. I think both Diva Hero players are on return from the different dimension, so that's a card that should maybe be considered more, because I think it's really good in that deck. One Cyber Dragon main. I don't recall seeing that, but that's cool. I think Sidra is a card that's like okay to main, especially as just a one-off. It's like kind of fine, I think. You can catch machine players off guard too, which is funny. But yeah, pretty neat list by Ludo, Diva Hero here, and yeah, even more hero. Hero was everywhere at this event. This is the second hero beat list in Top Cut. Once again, no cursed 2 Gilmans. Instead, playing double Ocean, double Snowman, and a main deck Morphing Jar, which that's based. No, it's not. It's actually unbelievably cringe. Imagine how many people just played against Ludo and got sacked by Morphing Jar out of nowhere. That would be so frustrating. This card just like steals games for no reason. I don't think it's bad in Edison. It's not good either, but it can just randomly win you the game, which is funny. We saw it resolve on stream against Ronak for like a +4 for Ludo or something, or for Guari. So that was neat. Crusader of Endymion. I don't know what you're doing. This card's garbage. Cut it and play a second Cyber Dragon in the main. Or third E-Call. Only on double E-Call. I feel like you need 3 E-Call. You're playing triple Spark, double Hero Blast, which is standard for Hero Beat. You just got to get to Alias. Double Road's a lot of road. That is a lot of road. Guess it doesn't want to get stormed. But I mean, nothing too wacky going on besides all of the wacky stuff I've already noted. It's Hero Beat. I mean, take notes, play Ocean and Snowman Eater instead of Divas. I think that's like a reasonable conclusion. Also, he cited Super Poly, and I think he actually brought it in and resolved it a couple times, so that was neat. Triple Dyna on this side. Must really not want to lose to Triple Limb. Whew. Some serious hate going on the side against Frogs and the, I don't know, Christius Horn stuff. So, yeah. Congratulations to all of the Italians for their 5th place run. Finally, we arrive at the 6th place team. Now, this team, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was actually a free agent team, meaning these guys didn't, like, conventionally form a team. They just, like, showed up at the end and got paired together and then topped the event, which is unbelievably Chad. But yeah, first one playing Spooner Boy playing Value Turbo. This list is a little different than the other ones. It's on main deck Lila. This is a really high monster count. It's like 25 monsters. Jeez. On main deck, Elfin, even. Only one Armageddon and triple Greffer. Just like a much more aggressive, sort of, maybe a little higher variance, like powerful, focused version of the list with triple Dark Greffer. Just like, we're going in is the game plan, apparently. Other than that, not too different. Again on Sork with just Raikos. I guess with as many people are doing it, it can't be that bad. There are a lot of ways of getting to Raikou. At least he's playing Charge along with the double hamster. I don't know how you're not playing Charge in Valle Turbo. I feel like you want to mill in this deck. I don't know, but yeah, Charge is good. A little bit of a lower trap lineup, of course, to support your significantly higher monster lineup. So this kind of reminds me of Footman's build, actually, from Ribbit 1 last year, where it was on like the Elfin and the, was he on the third Sirocco and triple Greffer? I feel like he was. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but yeah, that's what I think of when I see this list, and I guess it presumably worked out okay for him. Alright, next we have, this is the first time I've seen this deck anywhere in a while, which is the Norloris Dragon thing. Wow, now that I look at it, there's some cursed stuff going on in this list. First of all, like, we noted he was only on double Dark Creator, which like lost him a game in the actual event. I don't know why he's on Clear Vice and 3 Dark Horus. This seems like way too many like brick dragons for no reason. On Summoner Monk's like fine, I guess. It gets you to Pock turn 1 a little bit more. Only 2 upstart. This has to be a meme. I don't know what that is. And like Mirror Force is the only trap. I don't like that one bit. I feel like you should probably just go no traps in here. But if you're only gonna have one trap, like, there are a lot of traps that are better than Mirror Force to be your only trap card, I think. So definitely don't agree with that. I think like Pizza's list from River 1 is pretty much perfect for this, and most people just neck deck him. And I mean, yeah, I think you might just be better off net decking him, but I don't know, maybe something about this worked out, right? I'm not an expert on this high roll Norloris sack nonsense, other than just being annoyed by playing against it a few times. But hey, Sparky managed to do well with it, so who am I to criticize? Anyway, final deck. We've got another hero deck, Hero Frogs. Again, this one looks a bit more like, well, wait, there's double Gem Spark in here with double Alias? That's whack, man. Oh, I didn't even know this happened. All right. The Frog lineup's the same. Treacherous. Treacherous isn't terrible. Again, I think the triple T-Roar Mirror Force is probably better, but I don't hate Treacherous either. It's like fine. And then double E-Call because of all the aliases and stuff. There's no Prodigy in here. I feel like you gotta play Prodigy. Prodigy's pretty good. Just having that way to like cheese a sub combo or Monarch out if you don't have access to Treeborn seems pretty good. Gem Spark is crazy. That's wild. And then double Ryza, triple Caius, Dark Dust. That's like fine. No Malicious Edge either. On triple Fader. I think this is the first list we've seen that's on 3 Fader. Generally, I prefer 2 Fader. But hey, if you're not gonna be on T-Roars and stuff, 3 Fader's probably fine. So yeah. Anyway, that concludes all of the deck lists. These are a lot of really cool, really interesting decks. Cool to see how the meta has changed. A lot less Blackwing, a lot more Hero. So people, if you wanna win in Edison right now, you gotta be summoning Stratos. Apparently, that's what I've gleaned from going over all of these top decks. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my quick little breakdown. There are a lot of decks to go through, so be sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a channel member, share the video, all that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.